Hello guys, welcome to Big Forex Training Academy, and today we are going to be analyzing some of the pairs in my watch list. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to look out for in this coming week. So we are going to actually start with DXY, and then we'll go to EU, USDCAD, gold, Swiss franc, NZDUSD. There's about 6 of them. So we are going to kick out by looking at dollar index. So right now, there are many things that we are looking at in dollar index. As last week, the market actually gave us a gap, and from experience, I feel that the markets would want to go back to cover the gap, then tap into this area, then drop. But there are other things I am also considering, because this area has been like this for some time. The market has been imbalanced in this area, and I'm expecting the market to also come into the area. And again, I'm thinking that the market will also break this support zone, making us to have a change of character. So this is what I'm expecting to do. Tap here to clear this liquidity away. It has created liquidity. Then move up to this area where I have this order block. Then the market drop down to around this area before moving up. The overall market view of this DXY is expected to be bullish. But looking at what happened last week, the market actually broke this trend line, and usually when something like this happens, we expect a pullback, then drop down. But we don't know how the market is gonna react. But what we know is that it will surely come down to this area. And when you look at using a Fibonacci to check the area where I'm expecting it to drop down to, looking at around our 61.8, maxi now at 70.5. Now that is our OTE. But nevertheless, the other reason why I feel that the market should be buying, should be in a long term bias, is because of when you look at this area, look at this area of resistance. The market actually has broken it the first time and also broke it the second time. And whenever such things happen, it's actually portrayed that the market would be going up. So whenever you can see that here, also something like we have a change of character here. But the reason why we couldn't hold on to this is because the market has already broken up to this. Had it been the market did not break above here, then we'll still be hoping that the market should be dropping. But because of what we are seeing in the market right now, we feel that it's going to be going up to this point, then drop down to here, then move on. So let us go deeper to the next time frame, so that we'll see what is likely gonna happen. We're going to be very precise with what we are looking for. I already have something in mind, but because of for the audience, I need to also break it down. I usually don't have all this on my chart, but because of the people that I'm expecting to look at our analysis, we have to still break it down further. So let's go to our time frame. The reason why I had this almost on this whole area, my point of interest, is because I I had it selected from daily time frame order block from this point to this point, and unfortunately that we have another order block after which we had the impulse. Usually when such thing happens, we are expecting to have it come up here before dropping, but which is likely going to happen. Look at what we usually have. This is what we usually have. What we have a market like this, it creates liquidity. When it creates liquidity, breaks it this way, then it's expected. Here we have liquidity, here we have buy side liquidity. So usually what we expect to have around here, probably we'll have other block around here. So it's expected, if you are expected to have a continuous downtrend, it's expected to clear this liquidity. So look at what we are looking at. To tap into here, then drop down. So this is exactly what we are having here. We have this also. We have a similar thing here. This is liquidity. This is the buy side liquidity. This is the buy side liquidity. So we have two options. It's either the market comes into this point of interest, or it moves up to this point in order to clear this liquidity, just like the way I explained in this area. This is likely gonna happen. Clear this liquidity, go up here and tap in here, then drop. But we are going to be looking at this place first and wait for our action, our price action, to see if the market is giving us a sign for reversal. If not, then we look for a target around here. So by using our Fibonacci to trace to know the actual area, we are looking at, look at what we have here. We have this area as our OTE, that's the optimal trade entry at 0.70.5. So it actually tallies, but sometimes this, in most cases, this happens. So if the market actually breaks, if the market comes around here, we will not be in a haste to jump in, but we're gonna wait and see the reaction of the market around here. If nothing really happens, then we wait and see the next reaction around his place. But I know that the market is surely going to be dropping down to this point. So that is it for DXY. And in EURUSD we have also the same thing. EURUSD we have the same thing, although I did not do much analysis on this. But what I have here is I have equal lows, which is pointing out as our sell side liquidity, and I believe that the market will come down to this point to take out this sell side liquidity. So let me just mark it so that it will be in our mind. So we have our sell side liquidity there because we have equal lows. So now that we see that market has already broken this long term of January trend, this January trend downtrend, it has broken it. But the issue that we have now is that we don't know if the market is going to be dropping from where it is right now. But there are some certain things that is showing us that the market might still go up before coming down. One of it is the strength of the candles that we're seeing here, and it's actually not looking weak or has been looking so strong. So what else I feel that might be happening here is that the market might want to cover a gap with a candle here, cover the gap here with a candle, fully close, thereby mitigating with this particular other block. So looking at, let's use our fib to trace from here down to this point. Then we look at a possible area where maybe this congests this chart so that we can be able to understand what we're looking out for. So this is where we have our, this exact area is where we have our the other block. Let's trace it to be our points of interest. So anywhere above half is a premium. Any area above half of this trend is our premium for look out for a sell. So I actually looking out for a sell anywhere above 50. So we're looking to see somewhere around 0.618, which is a little bit above is our point of interest. Therefore, this is going to make us to look for something else within this area from here down here. So let me go down to, no, before I do that, let me go to weekly time frame and see if something will come up. All right, here we are seeing that the position where we have our OTE actually covers a higher range. So what we are looking at is that the market will surely come into this area before dropping, but we need to make it to be more precise, which I'm looking at. I'm looking at this ultra candle. Since market broke it, it has broke this area. It has not come to it, and it actually mitigated it. So, which means the one that we're looking at is this area. So we're looking at market coming to tap this area, then drops. So let me come down to 4 hours. I'll check to see if we're gonna have something. If we're gonna have something inside this. So now we have something. We have something here. So we have this gap, right? We have this gap. So this is what we should be expecting. So we should be expecting the market to push up to this point, thereby creating liquidity, creating a buy side liquidity, then drop down, taking out this. I don't know how far it will go, but top here before going on. But what I won't be entering the trade until I have the markets cover this gap and tap into this before I can look for a sell around here. So which means that that we're gonna have a push up, and if we're gonna have a push up, it means that we're gonna have a drop down in DXY before the move. So which means what we are gonna have first is push down. We're going to have a push down, but I don't know how far the push down is going to the push down, but I can't really tell until the market opens. But these are the areas where we're expecting to look for a sell, the area we're looking for a buy, and the same thing is gonna happen here. The area where we are going to be expecting a sell is anywhere from this point of interest up to about 40 pips or 50 pips there before it drops. Then let's look at the next. I have USDCAD. Look at what we have on USDCAD, and let me go back and from the beginning and explain what I have here, so it will not look so confusing to people. So now we have this downtrend broken, and ever since it was broken, the market hasn't mitigated any of the price actions around. We have an indecisive candle here, which could serve as our demand. So that's why we have this whole area mapped. Actually, where I got this whole point of interest came from monthly time frame. So if you see how I navigate through different time frame, is because I am actually looking for some things. So before this push happened, we had a candle before the impulse. So here we had a decisive candle which printed before the push. So which I am expecting the market to actually tap into the mid or around the point of interest now move up. But when I came down to we come down to 1 hour time frame, we see that we have another uptrend which market tested about 3 times, and we are expecting it to test again the 4th time before moving up. And when you look at this area, it's very much an area where we are going to be looking out for, but we can't actually be waiting for it to come down here before we join the market. And one of the things that actually made us to understand that the market is in a bullish trend is because this area supposed to be our change of character, and the market has broken it. The next thing is for the market to retest or mitigate anywhere around this zone, which I marked from monthly time frame, and I'm expecting the market to come into there, but we can't wait for that long. So we need to do something. We need to enter a sell down here, but we can't just enter a sell without more confirmations. So let's drop down to one of the things I need to also consider, in as much that the market has broken it and it has given a strong bear reversal candle. Look at this guy here, although it's been mitigated, right? So let me go down to daily time frame. Going down to daily time frame, I have this candle here as my order block ever since market broke down here. So I'm expecting the market to push up to this extent, pushing up to mitigate this. Already this area is our break of structure, although we don't have a higher high. But looking at the candle next here, the body actually closed above the previous high body. So I actually characterize this as a higher high because of the volume. So here we have a break of structure, and I expect the market to come behind it. So let me, using Fibonacci, so I'm using Fibonacci from here, drag it down to here. You will see that it tallies with our OTE, that is our 70.5 fib level, the drop. We are not going to do anything. Sometimes we feel like let us buy up to this point, then drop to sell, but we are not going to do that. We wait for the market to push up to this point, of this point of interest, which I marked from the daily time frame order block. So let me drop down to 4 hours and see if there's something that I need to find out. So alright, so it's possible the market has rejected this area multiple times. And this is supposed to be another area of concern because it's printed a rejection and the market gave an impulse, then dropped down forcefully. So I expect the market to come up to this point, pick orders before dropping. But we already have we're gonna have, maybe we might have something like it building liquidity here, drop, then push up and drop. So but when the market opens, we actually going to follow up and know how the market is going to react. But this is it for now. In this area, I'll not go further, but we have a Discord channel where we discuss all our markets before it happens. So here we have our gold. So this is what we are expecting in gold. We need to allow it to load so that we understand what we have here. So we already have a higher high, high low, higher high low. So we are expecting it to take off the liquidity here and mitigate on this candle before moving on. So this is what we are looking out for in gold. Market has already broken this high, previous high, and mitigated on this other block, then drop down. So but we are going to be following it. It's not a certain, we have a point of interest. It doesn't mean that we are going to be entering the market from there, but we are going to be waiting and see how market reacts around there and give us when it gives us our entry, then we'll enter. And looking out for is the next one is Swiss franc. So I already have analysis on this. Last week we had a sell. The sell was actually massive. It came down to this point, but we expected it to go further. So but before that happens, I feel that the market might want to pull back and pick some orders. Some people have already moved their stop just a little above here, but it's going to be unfortunate that the market might move up to this point. Market might move up to this area, then drop down, or it can actually continue moving down. So this area, let me go down to, let me go up to daily time frame so that we understand what is happening. Here we have equal highs, and the market does not like where there is an equal high, so it always comes and takes it off. So here we have a protected low, and I feel that the market would want to come to mitigate this particular candle, and I feel it hasn't been mitigated before. So this is the area where we are going to be expecting it to come down to. So we are going to watch and see how it plays out, but we're going to watch and see how it plays out. And the New Zealand dollar, so we also have the same thing as in EU, but look at how we have it. Market has broken this downtrend, has broken it up here, then we are still expecting to move up, then drop, or even from here where it is right now to this point before moving up. So it is not certain. And looking at this, is an uptrend that been holding since November last year. Tested the second time, the third time we broke it and back. We expected it to possibly continue uptrend, because the overall trend is the market broke above here. It broke above here. There's a correction, and whenever correction like this happens, slows up and down, this is the kind of trend that actually pulls the market. So I feel that the market will still continue the uptrend, but before that will happen, they mitigate this area again. So this area again, and at this point I will surely call for a buy around here, because there are two things that I noted when I went down to go to weekly time frame, no, monthly time frame. On monthly time frame, sorry, let's go to weekly time frame. So yeah, weekly time frame, we have this, the market came and mitigated it. This is the kind of candle that happened. We are actually looking out for in USDCAD. Look at it. So let's go. I'll still go back to, okay, watch this. If you look at this, market broke this structure, came back and tested this fine order block here and moved up. So the same thing is what I saw in USDCAD, no, USD Swiss franc on 4-hour time frame. Let me check on daily time frame. Yeah, so what we have here, the same format we have on daily time frame here. Market bounce after breaking structure, but the good thing about the other one is that the market actually broke above a higher high. So but when you come down to New Zealand dollar USD, this is something going to weekly time frame, we see the same format. Yeah, the same format. So but for the particular one, the market actually has broken above this high. So let me just label it that we know that we have a breakup structure here. A breakup structure, the market came, cleared its liquidity, then came down to this one and picked orders, and it's moving up. So what I'm still expecting is that we have a break above here, and then come down to pick the point of interest. So anything that makes already, it has broken here. So this is a point of interest. This area is breakup structure. Yeah, breakup structure. So this is my point of interest. Hoping that the market come down, but let me give you a thing the market might do. But since it has broken this uptrend, usually sometimes before market start retracing, it usually go above 60% of the trend before retracing. So let us measure this. The market's supposed to, so we still within this, so we are going to do nothing until the market comes up here, then drop down here. I feel that the market is not going to come down first. It's going to be going up in order to enter a premium level, and also with the same process breaking this above this as a change of character. When it has broken it, then drop down here and pick. So we wait, we do nothing until it comes here. It will come here first. So we're going to be following all these one after the other. I think we should be able to discuss DXY and EU. We discussed USDCAD. We discussed gold. We discussed USD Switzerland franc and New Zealand dollar. So these four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 pairs are the ones we are looking out for in this coming week. So you can actually subscribe to this channel, or you can send me a message and I'll respond to you. We have this Discord unit where we discuss about the market. It happens, and many of our students are actually doing well. This actually for education purpose, is not for joining, is not for trading, is not for education purpose. So with this, you can be able to understand what is happening in the market and how it's going to happen. Then you know how to follow the market. So thank you for being patient and being part of the class, being part of the analysis, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.